They laughed at him. They told him he had no chance. But that's the thing about fools with will. They don't wait for chances. They create them with blood, bruises, and a grin that dares fate to try harder. He wasn't born special. No chosen one. No prophecy. Just a boy with a straw hat and a dream so insane the world laughed before they even listened. And that's where it begins. Where most stop because they need proof before they move. Luffy moved without proof, without reason, without strategy. Only one thing kept him going: will. He walked into storms. He ran toward monsters. He picked fights with gods while bleeding from battles with men. They asked him, "What's your plan?" And he grinned, "I don't have one, but I'm still not losing." Most men break when their bones break. Most men fold when their friends fall. But Luffy, when he gets crushed, he doesn't cry. He doesn't scream. He laughs. Because he knows, if you're still laughing, the world hasn't taken your soul yet. You're still dangerous. You're still swinging. His enemies hit harder, but he hit last. He stood up with nothing left but the sound of his heartbeat, and that was enough. You want the truth? The world doesn't care how hard you try. It doesn't hand you rewards for pain. No one claps for the invisible struggle. No one waits to see if you make it. You're alone until you win. Then they call you a hero. So when they said he's done, he can't win, there's no way out, he gritted his teeth, spit blood, and took another swing. Not because he thought he'd win, but because stopping would be a greater defeat than death. Luffy's story isn't about luck. It's not even about strength. It's about defiance. It's about choosing to swing, even when swinging won't change the outcome. So what do you do when you have no chance? When every door is closed? Every voice says quit. Every part of you screams to run. You swing. Not because it's smart. Not because it's safe. Because it's you. Because the moment you stop fighting, you hand your life to the enemy. And Luffy? He never handed anyone anything. He carved his name into the sea with broken bones. He rewrote his fate with blood. He answered destiny with fists and fury. And the world, it moved out of his way. 1. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Swing anyway. 2. Laugh when you should cry. Not because you're not hurting, because pain doesn't get the final word you do. 3. Move without permission. Don't ask for approval. Make your will louder than their doubt. 4. Lose like a fighter. Defeat is a bruise, not a burial. Wear it like armor. 5. Keep swinging, especially when there's no reason left. That's where monsters are made. That's where legends are born. So when they look at you and say, you can't win, you've got no chance, smile. Because Luffy was told the same. Nice. And he still swung, still bled, still smiled. He had no guarantee. No favor from the gods. No plan. Just a broken body, a loud heart, and a will that would rather die on its feet than kneel for safety. So keep swinging, because when you stop, they win. But when you swing even with no chance, you become unstoppable. Power doesn't always look like victory. Sometimes it looks like a man too stubborn to fall. Sometimes it looks like Luffy. Because the truth is, most men crumble not from the blow itself, but from the silence afterward. The part where no one claps, no one cheers, and the world just walks by like your pain never happened. But Luffy, he didn't need applause. He didn't need certainty. He swung because that's what warriors do when they're cornered. They swing not to survive, but to defy. And those swings, they weren't clean. They weren't perfect, but they were loud enough to shake fate. He wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting to prove that a man with nothing to lose is the most dangerous creature alive. No plan, no backup, just grit and that stupid, terrifying grin. He wasn't afraid of losing because he had already lost everything once before. And once you've stood at the edge staring at your own defeat, you learn to stop fearing the fall. He bled. He broke. He got laughed at by kings, crushed by gods, betrayed by fate. But he never laid down, because surrender isn't in the blood of the free. So what's the solution? Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop calculating your odds. Life doesn't hand you permission, it hands you pain. And pain isn't the enemy, it's the fire. You don't win because you're the best. You win because you outlast. You get back up with cracked ribs, blurry vision, and just one move left, but it's yours. And you throw it with everything you've got, so swing. Even when they tell you you're done. Even when your legs don't work and your heart's barely beating. Swing for the dream. Swing for the child in you that refused to quit. Swing like the world already wrote you off, and you're about to rewrite the ending. Because maybe, just maybe one more swing is all it takes